I don't know. You have to restart your computer every once in a while, and that's like something that you have to do just because it starts screwing up. And I think you have to do that with your mind too.
Rebooting your own mind, but yeah, it's not always fun, man. I mean, sometimes you'll black out for like, I don't know. I mean, when you think about all these things that, yeah, I don't know. Blacking out isn't always fun.
Well, not blacking out. I'm talking about mindfulness or projection, which I guess they are kind of like blacking out, aren't they?
But yeah, it just depends, because if you're more conscious of like of how many times you've counted this one thing over the other, yeah, it becomes anniversaries for like motions in time where it's already kind of fixed time streams, like fixed in the
It's more like a dream. Like you remember little bits and pieces like a dream. Sometimes you don't remember it at all. Like you'll go through a stage of mindfulness and you won't remember anything at all. So other times you'll remember little pieces and bits. And other times you'll remember like things that weren't there and stuff.
Or then you'll be questioning something and then bam, all these things like fall into your lap and you're like, yeah. Because I still have a lot of interesting ideas and theories about stuff, and I mean, I don't know, like I've always said, sometimes with that whole kind of teleportation, like I've always said, it's not that great. It's like, why leave when I'm already here kind of thing? And I've been saying that for so long. Why leave when why leave when I'm already here?
And here to you is Middle Earth. Why do you believe this is Middle Earth? And why do you believe Middle Earth?
It might not be Middle Earth, but I don't know, I just have a strong kind of idea about spheres within spheres, inner realms, holographic skies.
So what's outer Earth?
It's the way you see your constellation and your siblings and the rotation of planets. And even if there is like life on other planets, not always Mars, that's pretty obvious, but there's other planets too.
And what's inner Earth?
We're in inner space. I don't know, that was a great movie. Yeah, like inside someone, or inside going into like microscope kind of levels of existing in size, but in pretty much time.
Is there sentient beings that are that small?
Yeah, you can shrink anything. I mean, even with the whole idea of nano.
What kind of musician would you like to be?
For now, I just see music as a hobby. It's something fun we can do.
Like, what genre do you see yourself going into in the future?
But yeah, being influenced like bands from like Mogwai, Holy Fuck, Explosions in the Sky. Yeah, there's a lot of cool like instrumental bands, and these bands are pretty much like, yeah, they're really pioneers where they're coming from.
What kind of comic book artist do you want to be in the future?
Do I want to be?
Or they are and want to be in the future? Like, what kind of track do you think you want to go down?
I don't know. Either way, I mean, art is art, even if it's either drawn, written, or played as like music.
What kind of writing do you want to do?
I do want to improve on my writing. I do want to be more kind of influenced on how to basically balance different parts in songs when it comes to the dynamics of what I believe in and dynamics of how you actually make music.
Are you going to continue with painting too?
Oh yeah. Art, those are even written, drawn, yeah, or sung. It's all different art forms. Especially painting. It's very therapeutic.
And these things kind of relate to projection and mindfulness in like so many ways, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like if you don't think about something, then how can you actually, like if you don't experience a dream, then you have no idea like what to do in your art, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really just kind of like a pumped up kind of version of a daydream, isn't it? Projection and mindfulness, almost.
Yeah, because even the impossible is possible. But the thing is, I mean, there would be people in this world that would abuse these things, so we can't. It's kind of understandable if time travel does exist. It's still pretty much private.
We're almost done our show. There's just a few minutes left. I want to go into some like criticism of projection and mindfulness. Some people would say that it's voodoo. What do you have to say about that?
Well, the Sith, they're pretty unnatural. And the Sith is part of the Star Wars. And I mean, yeah. I mean, even though these things are very negative, it's actually kind of sensing how important even these evil things can be in a good way. In a sense that it kind of builds up stamina or, yeah. Or even, yeah.
Or if someone said that it was demonic or devilish.
Yeah.
Or maybe that it's not real. What would you say?
I don't know. I mean, it's always good to be on the fence in a way.
Or you could say it's irrelevant to art or life. It's like for some and not for others. Do you think it's irrelevant to some people? Or
yeah, I think it's so irrelevant. I mean, people... You have to do these things just to prove that, yeah, I mean... I keep remembering this really cool speech Kennedy had. We don't do it because it's easy, we do it because it's hard. And we know these things are hard.
any concluding comments? That about concludes our show. Any conclusions you have about the show, or any thoughts that you didn't get to express?
No, well, can do it another day.
Any thoughts for next week?
Suggestions as always. It's interesting if anybody listens to us.
Okay. Another call out for suggestions to the empty world that never says anything to us.
Pretty much.
I'm James Hart.
And I'm Bill Duncan.